Yo guys, what's up? Thanks for joining. I just woke up, sorry for the face. Anyways, I wanted to talk about 3.1 a little bit, like what I have been doing so far, how I'm liking it. Some people have been asking, and then what are the builds that I came up with, what I'm considering to play next, and also I wanted to talk about how fucking rippy this game is. It's just crazy. Like 3.1 has been, like this Abyss League has been brutal to me. It's just insane. I played so far like 2 Frostblade characters. I think the first one that you have seen already on YouTube. My death, I died to Lich, and it was my first time ever versus Lich. But even then, it was quite obvious. You know, it was a massive misplay. But in most cases, like when you die, it is a misplay anyways. Like you can always in hindsight find something like, well, you could have done this anyways. Like, so I suppose like as long as it's not some sort of like a lag or like desync or game crashing on you and dying, there's always a misplay. So I don't necessarily be too hard on myself when that comes to that. It was obviously really bad, and there's going to be more that you're gonna see now. But I played another Frostblade character that time it was a, I think it was a raider if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while actually.
Depending on now if she
Yeah, this should be the
me.
one. We're in Spider Forest. Killing the boss, Aliva.
Yeah, I'm dead.
like, this is just ridiculous. I mean, how am I supposed to fucking know that? Like, to be honest with you, like, it might be really obvious to some of you that have been playing Path of Exile, but it wasn't for me. Like, apparently Detonate Dead spell hits harder for the monster that was, that was dead in the first place. So if it's like a really beefy creature that is laying down on the floor and that detonates, it's hitting like out of his fucking mind because it's a beefy detonate. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily the static damage. Like so he's basically Illyria is managing to just like hit a boss, and that is just like one-shotting me.
Yeah, I'm dead.
That is just incredibly disappointing.
That's
Anyways,
dead.
This was the end of the Frostblades. Then I started playing RF. I actually had a Cyclone character as well, but I most of the time in Path of Exile, like in the other leagues as well, I played Cyclone. And to be honest with you, not only that I am a little bit practiced with Cyclone, but also I played it so much that I didn't want to like continue playing in this one. But yeah, like the rest, the next one was an RF, and to be honest with you, it was my first time ever with RF, and really liked it. Like I thought I was not gonna like it because some people were saying stuff like it might be a little bit boring. There's not so many things to do. It's after all, it's an aura around you. But when it comes to ARPGs, I played so many of them, and this was incredibly unique because like it was some sort of like an aura that is sitting around you, burning both you and the enemies, right? Wow.
Oh my! I am dead. Please, man. Oh my! I am dead.
Porcupines, man.
I died to porcupines with RF. I clicked the chest. The chest spawns porcupines. I am rushing out. As I rush out, they die and kill me.
Oh my god, what?
With RF.
Yeah, I had every single like. I guess I need to get used to like spamming my panicked flask, to be honest with you. I had like my flasks up, all of them. But for some reason I use panicked instead of seething, the instant one. As you can see, as I'm dying, I still have some flask charges on the first button. Should have definitely spammed it. Other than that, actually, other than the porcupines, right at the end, I did manage to get out, apparently, from the porcupines. Right at the end, I'm getting clipped by the Frost Nova. Ice Nova, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Anyways, I liked RF so much that I made one more. And this time I went like, well, to be honest with you, like I have been farming my ass off. Like when it comes to like currency and whatnot, like I am always poor because like the second that I manage to get up to a point that I would like to spend, I'm just spending that shit. You know what I mean? And we're always going like really ham items, like really beefy items. Like in this one, for instance, I had like 200 HP Chaos Roots or something, and then like Chaos Heart as well. I'm sitting on 10,000 HP and deciding to do a Vorici quest. This is my second RF character.
I died from
This
the
is
bleed.
so embarrassing, it's insane.
I died to Vorici quest.
Wait, are you dead?
Yeah. Holy shit. I'm not really sure how this happened though.
Oh, you're not kidding. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Listen to this one.
Dude, no matter how much HP you have, this game is incredibly spiky. I cannot react to that, I don't think so.
How did you die to reach?
How did you fucking die to Vorici? I have no fucking idea, dude. When you look at like the map mods, the only thing that is repair is like critical strike chance and then, you know, multiplier to the enemies. I mean, that is but then again, like if you watch it one more time, it is completely choke fest. This entire time I didn't even press my flasks. 10,000 HP goes to anywhere, like nowhere, and I didn't even press my flasks. I guess I was a little bit like, you know, tired as well. I'm guessing so, like, because this doesn't even make any sense. But at the end of the day, it's yet another embarrassing death of mine. So let's check the interval here. Like, what sort of seconds is this? This Twitch is not necessarily the sharpest one when it comes to it, but I'll start taking damage from like the 6th second, I guess, 5th second, and then I'm dead at 9. So about like 3 seconds, my reaction time is not even there. That's definitely embarrassing. Really sorry that I lost this character, but at the same time, I was definitely not expecting. Like, you gotta realize, I finished the map, like, there's one monster remaining, and it's the monster that killed me. You can see it on the top right. What was going on is that, like, I found Vorici after killing the last boss. I literally killed everything in the map, and then Vorici was like, yo, go to the beginning of the map. So I was chatting with the stream, went to the beginning. What happened is that I didn't even take it seriously. What I was doing is that, like, if you pay attention, the quest is like keep the target low life for 8 seconds. I wasn't even, to be honest with you, I wasn't even checking my HP. I was literally just looking at this HP over there. I was trying to like put her down to 50%. Right now I'm pulling off because I'm looking at this. I'm not even looking at this. I was way too spaced out. And then this is the moment that I realize I'm dying. This shield charge over here is my reaction, but shield charge is the one that is killing me at the same time. So if you like look at it from outside, you see like, what the fuck is he doing? For 4 seconds he's dying. Oh well, like, I don't even know why I'm speaking of this. This is so embarrassing for me, it's insane. But at the end of the day, like, this Abyss has been extremely brutal to me. You can find the characters that I have been playing over on my spreadsheet over here. So I have a Slayer Sunder up. I have a Molten Strike that is coming up, and the Molten Strike is actually for YouTube as well. You can probably find. You already probably saw the videos that I'm leveling it up. I am not showing every single thing. Like, for instance, I'm not showing how I am gearing up from like PoE trade. I'm not showing like the parts that I'm like grinding level from, like, let's say in Blood Aqueducts. I go there at like 57, I think, most of the time, and then I get out of there at 71. So that gap is like missing on YouTube because it's extremely grindy and kind of boring. You know, 3 hours of maybe 2 hours of doing the same thing. But then again, like, you will be able to understand like what sort of, you know, process I'm going through, and the journey of the character pretty much. One more thing to talk about. Let's talk about ascendancies in this game. Like, as you can see so far, I have played like, actually I have played an Inquisitor Frostbolt that is still alive as well, but the single target for that character is so wonky. I really don't like it. Even the AoE clear is not the best. It is really fun to play, but the single target is extremely questionable that I just stopped playing it. Like, I couldn't figure out what else to do. For the most part, I'm doing the exact same thing that I do in Grim Dawn. I don't necessarily look at other people's guides, especially guides, builds sometimes, because sometimes people come to my chat and say stuff like, you know, this person is playing exactly the same thing, here is this tree. Then that basically just like intrigues me. You know, I check it out instantly to see how it looks like. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe I learned something, or maybe I find something that is like, oh, he went there, why did he do that? You know, I start pretty much try to understand the thought process of someone else. But to be honest with you, when I'm creating a character, like I don't necessarily check out other people's guides. So sometimes they end up being, you know, pretty bad. in this spreadsheet over here, I wouldn't say something like you know, go play this character. Well, to be honest with you, like I'm kind of lowballing right now. Like the RF Zerker is incredibly good. The Cyclone is incredibly good. I would say the Raider Frostblades was incredibly good as well. I mean, at the end of the day, like Dead Knight Dead one shots, it was a terrible misplay. Every single one of them was misplay. What is going on this game? Anyways, about the ascendancies, Slayer, like I just cannot stop playing Slayers, you guys. Like it is insane. There's ascendancy over here. Especially this thing and that thing. Like you don't even need to be, you know, this is enough, I think. This is so overwhelming, it's insane. I cannot play anything else ever since I started playing Slayer. That's always the case, because whenever I start playing something else, I end up comparing what I'm playing to what I was playing, and just killing everything at 20% is just insane. Like, Culling Strike is already beautiful in this game, and then this one calls at like 20%, that's just crazy good. And on top of that, you're always leeching at full life. Now, what does that exactly mean, like always leeching at full life? So, in this game, you can only life steal when you lose your HP, right? So, let's say you're sitting on 70%, you hit something, you life steal, you go back to 80%. But Slayer makes it so that like when you're 100%, you're still leeching. Even though you cannot leech more, you're still leeching. So what happens is that you take a hit, since you were leeching, it just like, you know, fills it back up again. So the reaction is automatic. You don't necessarily need to press buttons to react. Like this game is, as you can see on the clips, it's incredibly spiky. It's really, really spiky. It's instant, and most of the time you die in about like 2 seconds, unless you're, you know, stupid like me. But so when that 2 seconds arrive, this thing kicks in, because like your HP goes down, it goes back up again because you have been leeching. You're usually always leeching anyways. And then again, it comes with stuff like, you know, bleed immunity and a little bit more damage as well, more as a multiplicative modifier. So, well, yada yada. I mean, it's incredible. Slayer definitely has been my favorite ascendancy, and just a little bit of a plugin. That being said, I was playing champion on our Molten Strike yesterday. I decided to switch to Slayer, so on the part 3 you're gonna see that it is Slayer now. I'm definitely just like respecting. I didn't do it yet. I'll be doing it like after this video. I'll be doing it on stream, but like on part 3 I don't think I'll be including that. I'll just include like the normal campaign, you know, after the Blood Aqueduct. It will most likely be already a Slayer at that point. And I also made some changes in the build, which I really like. I ended up finding a weapon that is giving you already point blank and incredible speed and projectiles or something that was insane. And on top of that, I think I decided to take like the Celestial Judgment, right? The last thing about the Molten Strike character that we're playing, that is a big question to me, is the 6th link. Elemental Overload with like 5% chance to crit is not reliable, but if I put increased critical strike chances, it does become really reliable, even versus single targets. So you're keeping Elemental Overload in that, but then again you're 6 linking it. I think I'm removing something like Conk Effect, or I go with 5%, which is kinda, as I said, like unreliable Elemental Overload procs, but you go with Conk Effect. So I'm going in between there. I still don't have an answer to that. This character is going to be pretty defensive, I would say. 170 at the end of like a 8 levels, level 92, I suppose. You can take this away, I think. I don't know. Let's not jump into this there. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be coming back with something like this again at one point. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for being there. See you next time.